What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Crimson, and man, have I missed doing this. We got Wi-Fi League PMU Season 7, my first ever Wi-Fi League, and it's a nice refresher on Draft League. Haven't played level 50s before, so it's kind of like new prep. Everything does more damage, can't use as much bulk. And it's Gen 6, so we talking nosy moves. We talking no broken ass Ultra Beast, no Celesteela, no ugly ass motherfuckers. But we are talking big stall, Clef, Mega Venu type shit. So I mean, we see what happened. I ain't really gonna go over my draft. I might actually, I don't know, but I'm here for week 1 versus Sharpedo43 and his Sylmar Sylveons. Again, first time in the draft league format. The Wi-Fi draft league format, I should say. And I don't really know what I'm doing, but it can't be that much different. So, figured might as well try it. Had to get the game probably about a week before the league started while we was drafting. And I had to rush through the 5 badges to get me my Mega Bracelet. As you can see by my team, I didn't bring my Mega, so it didn't really matter. And so that's that. Let's go over the team though, because I didn't really feel like rambling. Alright, so the first mon, I got Shiny Weavile. Sorry, Steve, it'd be like that, bro. Shiny is in fact Pink Lemonade, and you cannot deny it. So I got me a Life Orb Adamant Weavile, because I think the only thing you had that was high speed tier might have been Garchomp, but I didn't even speed creep that, because it dies to an Adamant Life Orb Ice Shard. So I spec crept like Lucario or something. That Swords Dance, it was kind of filler. I would have put like a fighting move on for like a Lucario, but it wasn't really worth it when +2 Icicle Crash killed after a Spike. And I'm not ever gonna click Brick Break versus Lucario, as Vacuum Wave, Mach Punch, whatever, just blows me back. Even E-Speed will do it. Bullet Punch, you know, all the fucking priority that bitch gets. Ice Shard does like 25 though, so if I have a Swords Dance up, there's ideal that there could be a situation where I hit a Ice Shard and that thing's face do half. Maybe if it's weakened, I pick it off. So yeah, that's my set. I have the 9 HP number at the end, so Life Orb does less. I don't know if that's how it works at level 50, but that's how it works at level 100. So if that's not how that works, leave a comment, let me know. Appreciate that. Next up, I have a Pasho Donphan. It's the only thing I got on my team that really switches into Mega Arrow. And it's also kind of there for Garchomp. It'll take any 2 hits from Garchomp, so it takes any +2 hit as well. But it's got sturdy, so I mean it'll do that as long as it's full. Pasho for the Aqua Tail and Mega Arrow if it's packing that. Got Stone Edge with this investment. Oko's it after rocks. Earthquake to it KOs Garchomp. Got Spin just in case he wants to bring rocks, and they're kind of annoying for my team because I got Chandelure and Weavile, but it's not the biggest deal. And I got Toxic for his bulky trash. Arcanine, I guess. That's not what I'm clicking Toxic on, but I don't remember his bulk, but it made sense in prep. You'll see it on team matchup, maybe. I don't know. Next up, the literal best Pokemon ever. Best to ever do it. The James Harden of Draft League right here. Since this is Gen 6 and Beware ain't came out yet. Because Beware is the real James Harden. So I do this fake ass, cute little motherfucker James Harden. This is before the beard. That's facts. Be looking like a little pansy. This when he got that fat elbow to the fucking head by Metal World Peace. I drilled him. Man, really do be soft. But hey, we need those calls. Thank you, refs, for your service. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with this. Bulky Spadef for Gardevoir. It's the only thing I had that could beat Gardevoir, kind of. I mean, I obviously got Shandy over there, but that's the speed tie, whatever, you know. And I'm kind of bulky on Shandy, but a Shadow Ball still does a shit ton. So actually, I might not even be bulky on Shandy. It might be a lot. I don't know. Anyway, this is EV to take 2 Moonblast, Psychics, and Psyshocks, as well as living any Mega Arrow and Mega Chomp or Garchomp hit. If I'm at full, I think they do about like 70-80, so it's not very well lived, but Ice Beam with this investment OHKO's Garchomp, and if I'm at +2 this investment, it'll OHKO Mega Arrow, because he won't be able to be that bulky, because he's got a speed tie with Mega Zam, or if he doesn't, he still has to worry about Weavile, so if he goes like Adamant, he's still not that bulky, and it dies to this Ice Beam. I got Rocks, because his team's pretty weak to Rocks, all things considered. Arcanine, Mega Arrow, a couple other things weak to Rocks. His removers is literally just Defog, so I got the competitive. And yeah, that's about it. Next up, I got my hazards, because I told you my man's has no removal. So I dropped Viper to pick this thing up. Viper's a cool mon, don't get me wrong. Swords, I don't even know if he gets Sword Stance. I know he gets Coil. Might get Nasty Plow, I don't even know. But I know he gets big coverage, and with a Life Orb, that boy's smacking some hoes. But it's fine. He got a Garbodor, it fits our team better anyway, because it gives us hazard support, which we don't really have. Spikes, T-Spikes, Gunk Shot, Drain Punch, basically hits the whole team for neutral. Gunk Shot does a shit ton to a lot of things, and if I can strike a poison on it, that's great. This Payapa Berry is also kind of there for Gardevoir. I think that's really it. I don't think he has much psychic coverage on his team. I was pretty scared of Gardevoir, all things considered in prep. That's why I got this max-ass Spadef Gardevoir for no reason, even though his whole team is like physical. But with the Payapa, it lets me take, I think, like about half, and I OHKO his bitch with a Gunk Shot. Next up, I got me Lum Manaphy, Tailglow Surf, Energy Ball, Ice Beam. Lum was kind of a throw-on item. Couldn't really think of what to put on Manaphy. I had choices. I could have been like Sash. I could have been Lum. There were definitely choices I had, but anyway, I got this EV spread 76 HP, Speed Creep, Max Speed Arcanine, I think is what I did with this. Because this Speed Creeps, no wait, no. This one Speed Creeps Max Speed Arcanine, this one Speed Creeps Lucario, I think. Anyway, I don't know what it's about. Don't worry about it. Max Special Attack, +3, I basically pick a kill every time versus his team. So yeah, these three coverage moves are great. I would have put Scald over Surf, but I guess, I don't know, having Surf actually kind of turned out to be useful because it let me do some of the main game without having to, you know, get a Surf HM Slate. I don't know. It's kind of funny, but that's not the only reason I did it. It's just I needed damage more, but kind of funny how that works out. Last but not least, I got a Max Speed Shandy to Speed Tie Gardevoir. Got the Scarf in case he's Scarf. Trick, I can give my Scarf to his walls. We got the Flash Fire for Arcanine. Worst case scenario, I'm in +1 on my fire attacks and I'm blowing niggas back with this Fire Blast because he does not have the best switch-in. He has some good switch-ins, as you're going to see from the team he brought, but team is kind of lacking to some Ghost Fire switch-ins. So I brought me Max Offensive Shandy. So let's go ahead and get right into the battle here. I don't know. Also, shout out to my opponent, Sharpedo43. Coach of Sylmar Sylveon, or is that it? Sylmar Sylveons? Yeah. I didn't have the versus recorder, VS recorder, whatever that shit's called. So I couldn't get the link of the battle, the replay. Once I would have gotten that, I would have just gotten the recording off someone else, right? I would have been like, hey, can you record this shit? I'm on bed. I've been like, hey, can you record this shit? And they would have been like, yeah, thanks for the I need the link to do that though. I've been like, oh, here you go. But you see, I ain't get the link. So we're gonna have to use his recording. Thankfully, he live recorded it. Okay, so this is the 6 I brought. You can't see the 6 he brought, can you? That's a little tough, I guess. Maybe if I go back a little. My bad, I'm gonna be skipping around a little bit here. I don't know what I'm doing in this video. Told you it's my first time. Guess you can't. Whatever, just good. I get my pick in like 2 seconds left. I picked to lead off with, I think it was Garbodor. We'll find out. Yeah, I led Garbodor. He leads Tangrowth, right? Figured there's a chance he leads Tangrowth just because Donphan's a really obvious lead. And this just lets me get a T-Spike up right away, and I'm in a great spot because of this T-Spike. That's what the Toxic on Donphan was for. It lets me Toxic this on the switch, and that's really obvious. Ah, shit. Alright, you know what? I'm not skipping no more. So I go for the T-Spike. He's going to go out into Garchomp. And this Garchomp set fucked me. It bent me over. It just raw dogged me. And it's not the end of the world because I have Weavile always. So it's like whatever. But as you're going to see, I'm going to try to make the play into my Donphan here. Just because it's my only thing that takes 2 Earthquakes from Garchomp. And that is not going to go too hot. Fuck, this shit take forever, bro. You see that 0 Battle Mason win? That's the coach of the Houston Lycanrockets right there. Oh, that's also the new team brand, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, we got a logo. Shout out to whoever made that shit. I don't even know because I ain't even get it made, but whatever. So I'm gonna switch Garbodor out. He's gonna stay in. He's gonna hit Earthquake, right? This shit banded as a motherfucker. And I thought I missed a crit for a second. I thought it was like Scarf and I missed a crit. But nope, I did not miss a crit. Like I looked away, I thought I might have missed a crit, but nah, he just banded. And I was like half sure he was banded. Like I didn't really think I missed a crit. I was like watching my screen the whole time. I don't know how I'd have missed it, but you know, I've seen it happen in some Wi-Fi League recordings before. You know, some people just turn their head for a second, go for a little sneeze, and miss a crit. So I'm like, alright, Donphan, whatever. Good night. Good night. So Donphan go down. That's tough. Really out here putting in the work, Donphan. Being sack fodder and all that shit. It's fine though. I didn't need spin. Donphan was the most expendable. And Weavile gets to come hard out. That's Pink Lemonade. As you can see, I forgot my nicknames. Shout out to my first week ever doing Wi-Fi battles. I completely just blanked on nicknames. So yeah, I'm gonna A-shirt here. No, actually, I'm not gonna A-shirt here. He has Arcanine. So I'm gonna pull the double into Manaphy this turn, predicting Arcanine to come out. And fuck. Can I hit plus 30? I cannot hit plus 30. Okay, so what's gonna happen is he's gonna switch out first, and I'm like, oh shit, is he Scarf like adamant? Then he crit me or something, and I was trying to work that shit out, and I forgot my dumbass Speedcraft fucking max speed Arcanine with this thing. So I'm like, oh shit, duh. I realized that like halfway into the battle, so it didn't end up fucking me, but like that could have been dead if I hadn't realized that. Anyway, my T-Spike's put in work. It gets Arcanine poisoned. I'm tail glowing right now. If he's offensive wild charge, I should live one with my bulk that I presumably have in my Manaphy. That 76 HP Vs, max HP IVs, all that shit. I don't know if he makes his move fast or not on this shit. He might have. Did he? Oh shit, I missed the turn, bro. Alright. You're gonna have to bear with me on this shit, bro. Boys, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll just stop skipping, I guess. It don't really matter. I tail glow. I forgot it's only 21 minutes. It's not that long of a battle, boys. Tail glow. He goes for toxic. He misses. That's unfortunate, but as you saw, I had the Lumberry, so I kind of half expected that in a way. I mean, I wasn't too worried about letting Manaphy get toxic. So I'm plus 3 Manaphy. Still got the Lum just in case. And I'm popping a Surf off right now and killing something. He has Lantern, so I mean, if he wants to go Lantern, that's kind of fine because I'm not toxic. And even if he did hit, I still have my Lum pop and I'm not toxic. So it's like you can't toxic stall my Manaphy. So I'm gonna just pick this thing off of the Surf. And now that Arcanine's gone, Weavile claims Soul. Like, he's got nothing. Or at least that's what I thought, right? He didn't bring Lucario, he ain't bring nothing. So, let's see if I can remember his 6. He had Arcanine, Tangrowth, Lantern, Mega Arrow, Garchomp, and... fuck, what else did he bring? I don't remember. I don't remember what the other one was, but... look, if I can't remember it, it clearly didn't do jack shit. Okay, so I was thinking about just tossing off the +3 energy ball here. Did not kill Spadef Lantern with like an AV or Rindo Berry. I'm like, alright, look, Manaphy's pretty fucking crucial for this game. I don't really feel like throwing him out just yet. In hindsight, throwing off a fat energy ball wouldn't have been the end of the world because this thing doesn't kill my Manaphy, right? But if he Volt switched, say, into Garchomp, I would have been in a spot where I either have to sack Manaphy or just like throw out a Garbodor or something because he don't really do much. He got his T-Spike up. So I pulled the switch out here into WigglyTUFF because I just take this thing's hits really well. Look at that. Look at that. It is jack shit. But he's gonna get his Garchomp in right now. And oh no, just kidding. He gets his arrow. Oh, right. That's not till later. So WigglyTUFF is here, and I get my lefties. I'm clicking Ice Beam because I 2-hit KO this. I need this thing weakened for Ice Shard Weavile to put this thing in range, and I'm in business because I didn't have rocks up, so it's not in Ice Shard Weavile range. But that's aside. Like Adamant, Ice Shard, Life Orb, kill Daptrox, but that's besides the point because if this Ice Beam chip goes off, I'm in a great spot. I'm fine with throwing out WigglyTUFF here if he just wants to click Stone Edge or Aerial Aces. 2 Aerial Aces probably don't kill my WigglyTUFF, but 2 Stone Edges will definitely do it. Actually, they might. I don't know. It might be a roll on those Aerial Aces. But he defogs, right? And I told you during prep, I came with the competitive WigglyTUFF. And this Ice Beam is EV to 2-hit KO. So I'm +2. And this thing is going to disappear. That's kill number 1 for the GOAT. James Harden out here flexing on some hoes. Yes, sir, James Harden. It's the league MVP, baby. Don't even trip. So Arrow is down, and now he has to deal with a +2 WigglyTUFF. So inherently, he's in a pretty shitty spot. But he figures that Lantern is definitely going to wall my WigglyTUFFs because WigglyTUFF don't really get coverage for Lantern like that. And he'd be right because I'm mono Ice Beam. So I'm going to pull a switch here. And if I had stayed in and Ice Beamed, oh my lord, bro. He had to pick like 2 more sacks because Arcanine is down. His Ice Resist, I don't think it exists on this team. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I do not see an Ice Resist on this team. But yeah, I'm gonna switch. I think I end up switching into Garbodor here, which is perfectly fine because and actually I protect here. Scout what he's gonna do. Right. Forgot about that. He go for Toxic. I'm like, all right, WigglyTUFF, you don't really need to be getting Toxic like that. So I'm like, bet WigglyTuff's basically back up to full. Get me some Poison Stall on this thing too. Couple more turns of Poison, and it should be in range of Manaphy +3 Energy Ball and Weavile knockoff. So, I mean, I'm chilling. I low-key considered just like Ice Beaming this and like letting WigglyTUFF get Toxic stalled, but I'm like, nah, you know what? This is the GOAT. He does not deserve to get Toxic like that, so I'm gonna go hard Garbodor. He's gonna pop off a Volt Switch. Oh, no, he Toxics here. Right. He Toxics. My Garbodor's in. I'm thinking to myself, alright, look, I basically got the Toxic on, or the Poison on everything I need to. His arrow's down. I might as well get me a Spike. I could have predicted Garchomp because it was like really obvious at this point that was his only, like, that wasn't his only thing to switch into this, but I mean, when you have a Tangrowth and a Lantern, and this is Max Spadef Garbodor, I'm chilling, just like firing off a gunk. And he knows Garchomp is basically all he's got for that gunk. So I could have predicted Garchomp, but I felt like getting the Spike up was probably more important. I don't have rocks up yet, but oh right, his last is Sableye. Sableye, which is kind of a Weavile answer, but it's not a switch in. It can burn me because Prankster does its thing versus Dark types. But yeah, I'm gonna get my Spike up, and he's gonna click Volt Switch. So I'm kind of glad I didn't try to predict a Garchomp because inherently that would have been like hard Weavile, and if that was hard Weavile, then he goes Sableye, and I have to like maybe get burned or something. Either way, so we chillin', take jack shit from that Volt Switch. And that's why I had special Garbodor, right? Because all of his like walls that I'd bring Garbodor in are all like special, besides like Arcanine. So I figured I could beat Arcanine anyway, with a combination of Aftermath and Poison from Gunk Shot and D-Spikes and all that shit, and Recoil from Flip Blitz. So I'm like, alright, I'm chilling. He brings Garchomp in, I'm like, okay, Garbodor, you did your job. It's nighttime for you, baby. And respect the work you put out here. Glad I brought you to the match instead of like Mega Zam. But to be fair, Mega Zam kind of cleaned at this point. So it was, you know, you served your job. You did it well. You you poisoned all his walls. You kind of did your thing. But you looking like the weakest link to me, Chief. So he's gonna click this bandit ass Earthquake. And this Garbodor about to hit the sheets, bro. He's donezo. Could this shit be any slower, bro? Yikes. I don't know if there's a way to make this shit faster. I'm not very used to this shit. I told y'all, I'm used to being on showdowns and that bitch to fast and speeding through that replay. But yeah, Garbodor goes down. Aftermath don't activate because it ain't contact, but whatever. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just physical moves, but turns out it was contact. I don't really care. Because Weavile brings his ass right back out, bro. And I don't know what made me take so long on this. Weavile was like the only play I had. Then again, Manaphy was also kind of a play. But that's just if I didn't really want to risk like a Sableye switching. I could have went Manaphy and then like Ice Beam into Surf and blow that thing back. But I went Weavile. Yeah, at this point he has Garchomp, Tangrowth, Lantern, and Sableye. So he's either gonna go Sableye and an Ice Shard. That's kind of the play he has to make because he's in the back right now. Like he knows he's in the back. He's either gonna have to do that or he's gonna have to stay in, predicting my ass to go for like a knockoff and then Earthquake and kill me. Could do that, or he can't go into Lantern, he can't go into Tangrowth, because those things get too acute. Icicle Crash and Knockoff will kill Lantern, and Ice Shard and Icicle Crash will kill Tangrowth. If he's Spadef Tang, I don't know what his set is, but that's what I'd assumed. So I'm clicking Knockoff here, because I don't think there's any way he stays in with his basically only win condition at this point, which is the Garchomp. Scarf Chomp still has a good chance of putting in the work because I have Scarf Shandy, which gets outsped. I have this, which if I'm not clicking Ice Shard, I'm not in the best spot. He also doesn't know what set I am. He hasn't seen me take any damage because the only time I brought it in, I doubled out. What else I got? Manaphy, which doesn't die to Scarf Earthquake, but you know, it takes a fuck ton. Probably like 70, 80, maybe 80, 90. And what else I got? Yikes. Snow down, please. WigglyTUFF, right? WigglyTUFF will live one. WigglyTUFF will live a no, it won't. It will not live a Banded Earthquake. So Banded Earthquake looks like it's about to sweep me. Like if I ain't got this Weavile, I kinda get swept by that Banded Earthquake. So I'm thinking to myself, there's no way in hell he stays in here. So I'm clicking the fattest knockoff of my life. And lo and behold, he brings the Sableye out. And this thing... Actually, I might have crashed. I don't remember what I did. I might have crashed. I did crash. That's fine. Because look at this damage, bro. I said, yeet. And this thing down to 28. That's a nice Shard range, even after lefties. And Prankster's only +1 priority. So I don't know if he knows that or not. I don't know what he's going to do. I figure I'm fairly safe to just toss off an Ice Shard here. If he wants to go Lantern, he goes Lantern. I don't really need HP on my Weavile, so I don't really care about that Life Orb chip. If Let's go Tangrowth. I get scout. I get a scout. What kind of set he is? He can't go Garchomp because that thing just dies. So yeah, I'm gonna click my Ice Shard here. He's gonna go into Lantern, I believe, saving this as sack fodder. And is that what happened? I'm pretty sure that's what happens. I wish this shit didn't take 10 years, but I mean, hey, for what it's worth, it was real fun playing Wi-Fi. Like, it's refreshing. It's not boring ass Showdown. No offense, Showdown just don't got that immersion, bro. When you want a minute timer per turn, or what is it, a minute and a half, you gotta like think through your shits quick, but like, you know, your opponent gotta do the same thing as well. So it's like you ain't waiting 10 minutes for someone to calc 20 different options. I ain't even calculating. Like, I'm just playing. So he goes Lantern, takes some spikes, takes the fat Ice Shard, puts him down to 124 after poison. He's at like half. After lefties, after poison, he's at like what, 117 maybe, 120. I don't know, 110. I don't know if knockoff kills from here. The calc says it does about a little over half, I think. So ideally, I would have just stayed in and knocked off and killed it. But this is Wi-Fi. I don't know what half looks like. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm not risking my win cone to knock off and not kill this thing. Because, I mean, I could have just stayed in with Weavile here, knocked off, killed this. He would have had a Sableye that dies to Shard, a Tangrowth, which would have been a little sus if he went into it. But, I mean, it's the only thing he has that takes a hit. And a Garchomp. So I'm going hard WigglyTUFF because I know I just take any hit from this. I don't mind getting toxic at this point. My WigglyTUFF about to take 20-ish% from that. That was a fatter roll than the first time, but it's fine. That's not 20%. That's like 15 or 10. I don't know. That's not much. That's not 10. Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so I switched my Weavile because I didn't want to risk it on a bad roll. And he's going to reveal, not now, but I mean later on, he's going to reveal that his Tangrowth is actually Yachi Tangrowth, so Yachi Fizzbolk. So I'm assuming I can only assume he had coverage for Weavile, maybe Rock Slide, maybe, I don't know, something else. But he's going to go into Tangrowth right here, take some spikes, and me being the very fat Spadef WigglyTUFF that I am, I'm getting my rocks up here, I think. See, I might have protected here to scout for like a Sludge Bomb, but all I know is I'm getting my hazards up versus this. Okay, yeah, them's the rocks, baby. Them's the rocks. He might have went for like a knockoff here. Down goes my lefties. I'm fine with that. WigglyTUFF does not need its lefties at this point in the match. I can wish stall basically the rest of his team, barring Garchomp. And that's all I really need from WigglyTUFF at this point. I just need to sit right here, take the hits, be the best WigglyTUFF that I can be, embrace the MVP. So I'm popping my Ice Beam here. I didn't even wish. I just popped the Ice Beam. And there goes his Yachi. And this does so much through Yachi. I'm like, yeah, that's not Spadef at all. He's going to Giga Drain and maybe do like 30-ish, yeah, 30%. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, bet. Let me just toss off a Wish and see what happens from there. I'm going to toss off my Wish. He knows his Tangrowth Ice to an Ice Beam. And I'm pretty sure I just outsped him there for what that was worth. I think so. Yeah, Ice Beam popped his thing and then he gigged me. So he doesn't want this thing to catch an Ice Beam because after regen, this is the only thing he has that takes a Weavile hit again. So he's going to have to go hard Sableye. And this is going to die to hazards by 1 HP, I think. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, no, I don't think that really mattered. But I mean, even a 1 HP Sableye wasn't really doing much versus me because I would have just passed the Swish out to like something and then probably Tail Glued again with Mana Feed or something. I don't know. But I would have been in a pretty good spot. So I got the Wish up. Kind of sucked that Sableye died to hazards for him, I guess, because he could have like recovered or something, prankster. But I don't think it really mattered that much. So he's going to go back out into Tangrowth. I have no idea why he went out into Tangrowth. But it's good to know that That Sableye died to my rock, so WigglyTuff's gonna get that kill. That's number 2 for WigglyTuff. And the other kill is currently in possession of Manaphy from the Tailglow Surf on the Arcanine. So he's gonna go on to Tangrowth, and I'm pretty sure this Ice Beam killed. But at the same time, I ain't trying to risk Ice Beam not killing and me getting Giga Drain crit. Because that would blow. It wouldn't like end the game, because I mean I still got Weavile, and Weavile cleans at this point. But you know, WigglyTuff got to be the MVP, because that's James Harden, and James Harden is the MVP. He does not lose to no Giannis Antetokounmpo, because that nigga suck. And he definitely as hell ain't losing to no Russell Westbrook last season. So, I mean, shit. You gotta give WigglyTuff his kills when he gets them. I even picked the gender, and I got male. So, I mean, like, shit, I'm chilling. The game knows that's James Harden, baby. So, yeah, I'm not trying to stat pad for WigglyTuff, but I mean, my play at this point is still just to stay in. I don't gotta switch in for a Tangrowth. I mean, I guess I kind of do have a Chandelure, but I'm not going hard Chandelure on the Tangrowth. Especially because it don't really do much for me at this point. But, yeah, that being Banded, Garchomp, not Scarf, I realized what I said earlier. Scarf, Earthquake, nah, it's Banded, Earthquake, so Chandelure would outspeed Garchomp. And Shadow Ball kind of runs through him at this point, but, I mean, whatever. Anyway, what was that? Right, so he's gonna switch. I forgot. That's what he did. He went into Lantern here. And I'm not sure if I Ice Beamed or Protect. I protected. I remember what I did. I protected. Ice Beaming would have been nice, because it would have meant, I think, that I could have chipped this thing enough to where after Ice Beam, plus a turn of Poison, plus Protect, and another turn of Poison, he might have died to Ice Beam. It looks like he probably would have, yeah. So, I mean, that would have sucked. That would have been another kill for WigglyTuff. But, tough as it is, WigglyTuff is not going to get this kill, I don't think. Unless I remember wrong. 1, 2, maybe, I don't remember. We're gonna get lefties. After Poison, it's gonna put him down to like 30. Ice Beam does not do this much to Lantern. It does not do 28. I've seen lefties, so I know he's not AV. It might do 20. I don't remember. But I don't remember the damage. I don't know the percentage. I didn't really calc shit, like I said. And, I mean, I could have just risked this at this point, because I was kind of in a spot where I could just Ice Beam. But I'm going to play it smart. I'm going to send out Manaphy. And he's going to click Toxic. Oh, yeah, I kind of predicted that. Yeah, I was like, okay, I got to keep my WigglyTuff at full just in case. Actually, not. I just kind of flexed. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know what that play was. I might have been thinking Toxic at the time. This didn't really make much sense, because Manaphy was like one of my only things that takes a Banded Quake. But whatever, it's fine. So yeah, Manaphy's in. I could Tail Glow, let WigglyTuff get the Poison kill. That doesn't make any sense, because then he just goes out into Banded Chomp and kills my Manaphy. So I'm just going to do the smart thing here and just Energy Ball at the Lantern. Kill it. Figured there's no way he's going to hard Tangrowth, because even if he does, Ice Beam kills it. So, like, it doesn't matter, because it's not Spadef at all. I'm just free to Energy Ball. Down goes Lantern. Manaphy picks up his second. WigglyTuff got 2. Manaphy got 2. All he has left is Tangrowth and Garchomp. Right. So, the only play he has is Garchomp, because Tangrowth will die to an Ice Beam. So he's going to go into Garchomp. And so this is crucial, right? Shout out to Shady for Jenna and the team. Forgot to mention that. Shady, you would MVP for that, bro. I respect you for that. It was kind of short notice too. So, one problem though, my nigga, I didn't ask for 29 HP IVs and no HP EVs, because what that did is, I'll show you this calc. Outrage from Garchomp is supposed to do 83 to 99. I was at full. Preserve my Manaphy health, because I figured, hey, I can live any hit. I live anything. But with my 29 HP IVs and no EV investment, this outrage is 88.5 to 105.1, which means he has a 30% chance to kill me. And it means Manaphy doesn't end the game with 5 kills. it ends the game with 2 kills. Or it doesn't end the... Wait, is that 5? Wait, what? Was it 5? Arcanine. I don't remember. It's Garchomp, Arcanine, Tangrowth. Garchomp, Arcanine, Tangrowth, Lantern. Okay, yeah. Manaphy would have ended the game with 4, but 4 kills, 0 deaths. Wigglytuff would have been at 2 kills, 0 deaths. I would have had 1 extra differential here, because as you're about to see, he's clicking this Outrage, and Manaphy, being the very good boy he is going to throw his body in front of this Outrage and just get obliterated by it. I'm talking good night, sleep time, 100 to 0 real quick. I could have flexed and went WigglyTUFF. It didn't make any sense, especially if you just click Earthquake, because, I mean, I'm not trying to risk Wigglytuff's KD like that, bro. So down goes Manaphy. It's kind of a blessing in disguise, though, which is why I'm kind of fine with it. I didn't mention it to Shady at all. It don't really matter that much, because Wigglytuff gets to come in on this Outrage. He's locked into Outrage. He's banded. No way he's not clicking Outrage this turn. Gets the 2-turner. Confuses himself. It don't matter, though. This Ice Beam, bang. Good night, Garchomp. Wigglytuff's going to go ahead and pick that off. Crit did not matter whatsoever. Garchomp's going to hit the sheets. He donezo. He's out, passed out like a light. And he's dead. Tangrowth's going to come in, take some spikes, take some rocks, be at 76%. And this Ice Beam is finna send him back into. So that's 4 kills for Wigglytuff, 2 kills for Manaphy and a death. Everything else didn't do shit. Weavile had the best matchup in the world, but I kind of just used him to pivot and weaken walls, which is perfectly fine by me. And yeah, you're just going to see this thing dies. Wigglytuff ends the week tied for 2nd in kill leaders, because Steve sucks and let Lando I get 5 kills versus him. So that's tough. But that is the end of the recording. I'll get my nicknames out next week. Don't you worry about it. We're 1-0 plus 4, 3. 1-0 plus 3 would have been 1-0 plus 4 if the Manaphy was EV'd right. That's fine though. I don't really care. Next week we take on the Silver Smasher. My nigga has Steven's number. He's got his shit on lock. He ain't lose to no scrubs. This video long enough as it is, though. I ain't really got to keep rambling. It'll be a hype-ass match. I might get clapped. I don't really know what's going to happen, but, I mean, shit. Thank y'all for watching. It's been your boy, Prince Ramsey, and I'm out. Peace.